The greatest play of the generation is coming to San Francisco.
Hello? Hello?
It's one of the best comedies in years.
I need to get through the curtain, please.
And a multi-Tony award-winning show.
Please, the audience needs me.
There's funny. There's very funny. And then there's Oh, Mary. Cola Scola's Oh, Mary. At the Curran Theater.
Where are we?
From October 13th through November 1st. Get tickets at us.atgtickets.com.
4 victories for Boston and San Francisco. The Yankees beat the White Sox 9-5. Yanks outfielder Cody Bellinger is out 4 to 6 weeks with a strained hamstring.
Live from the heart of SEC country, this is your daily fix of grit, guts, and gridiron glory. Welcome to the Deep South College Football Show.
Here it goes! Georgia retakes the lead!
Breaking down the biggest matchups, the boldest takes, and the deepest rivalries in college football on Tide 100.9 and 1230 AM WTBC.
Intercepted! They confused him! Xavier Brown headed the other way! Touchdown Tide!
From Fayetteville to Gainesville, from the Grove to Toomer's Corner, it's SEC football. Now, here's your award-winning host, Wyatt Fulton.
And welcome into another edition here of the Deep South College Football Show on Tide 100.9 and 1230 AM WTBC, your home for Alabama Crimson Tide sports. We're going to talk a little bit about the SEC today, as we talked a little bit of Big Ten the last couple of days, but regardless here, we're getting back into God's country. That is the Southeastern Conference here. We're going to pick 5 and we're going to cut 5 SEC quarterbacks today. And this is going to be a team exercise. So gentlemen, go ahead, cut the camera on. We're going to be doing this as a group because I know the order of these SEC quarterbacks here because I was the one that had to put the list together. So mine's going to be a little bit skewed, but Whitman, Jackson here, you guys don't know what this order of quarterbacks is going to be. So we're going to keep 5 and we're going to cut 5 in terms of SEC quarterbacks today. Should be a lot of fun. Jackson and Whitman hanging out here with us in the Tide 100.9 studios back there in Tuscaloosa.
Is this some sort of a blind ranking ordeal?
Yeah, you have no idea who's coming next.
Okay, so we've got to decide.
We've got 10 SEC quarterbacks here.
Yeah,
you don't know who's coming next.
Do we get our own list or should we be a team?
Do we want to do this as a team? I know this list because I had to put this together. So I'm staring at the list on the left side of my screen here. So
Teamwork.
Two y'all be a team?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do this here. Let me go ahead and I think I left my notebook in the other room. It's okay. I'll just keep the list here on my phone for you guys. Keeping 5, cutting 5. So we've got 10 SEC quarterbacks here. Y'all don't know who's next here, but I do. So again, I can we'll do this kind of like a game show almost, right? Like if you say, hey, should I keep this guy or should I cut this guy? I can kind of give you a little bit of a hint of, or I can kind of give you a hint of who might be on this list. But going to be a lot of fun today here on the Deep South College Football Show as we get ready for fall camp. Fall camp starts on the campus of the University of Alabama next Wednesday. Players report on Tuesday. So should be a lot of fun as we are 38 days away from week 1. Subtract 7. We're 31 days away from week 0. College football is right around the corner. And so if we are 31 days away from week 1 here, I guess that would put us probably, 28 days, 29 days away from when we got to get from our final show where we are I say final show, we're not going anywhere, but the show where we are giving our national champions, our playoff predictions, and our Heisman Trophy picks. So, gentlemen, you better be doing your research now because there's a lot of teams that I think could compete for a playoff. So there's going to be a couple of 10-2 teams left out this year.
Wyatt, college football is so close. It's like that Hunt Brothers pizza I just had before I pulled into the gas station. It's so close, I can taste it.
Yes, college football is right around the corner.
And I was saying this yesterday on Ryan's show. It feels, for me, I don't know about you guys, but this is like one of the most anticipated seasons I've had in a while. I would say within the last 5 years is probably the top season I've been waiting for.
24 23 was really exciting because in hindsight, it was Saban's final year. So now we kind of look back on it with a little more rose-colored glasses because it was Saban's final year. But yeah, I think this is one of the most highly anticipated seasons of college football, not just Alabama, right? But of the sport as a whole. Because 23, you had, Alabama had the quarterback competition, but you had Georgia coming off the back-to-back national championships. You were a year away from Texas and Oklahoma joining the SEC. The Big Ten looked to be having their resurgence with Michigan. 2024, you had the first year of that conference realignment. So USC, Oregon, UCLA, and Washington were all heading to the Big Ten. Texas and Oklahoma were coming to the SEC. First year without Nick Saban in the SEC since 2006. But 2026 here, a lot of teams could be really, really good. Like I could see Notre Dame, Miami, Georgia, Texas, Bama, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Ohio State, Oregon, Indiana, Penn State, Texas Tech, BYU. I mean, those are all teams that if you told me, if you went to December 8th, right, and we come back to July 29th and say, hey, these teams, like if you told me one of those teams won 10 games this upcoming season, I wouldn't bat an eye at that. Now, there's probably going to be a wild card out there. Somebody's going to make that big step forward. Someone's going to take that big step forward. Who is that program? We don't know. We have a general idea of who it could be, but we don't really know who that program is that is going to take that big step forward. Could it be Camario Taylor and Mississippi State? Maybe not winning 10 games, but can Camario Taylor just flat out put that Mississippi State program on his back and go win some football games that they shouldn't have gone out and won? Does Iowa, if you told me Iowa won 10 games, then I guarantee you they beat that Ohio State team. I would guarantee that they beat Ohio State if you came back and told me that Iowa won 10 games.
It definitely indicates that they beat somebody that they weren't supposed to.
Yeah, they'll be favored in 9 games. They'll be underdogs to Ohio State, Michigan, and Washington. They beat somebody that they weren't supposed to. But I'm excited for this college football season. Should be a lot of fun. And Pac-12 After Dark is back in the All-State Conference with every team in that conference being state, Boise State, Washington State, Oregon State, and the whole crew of football members. Gonzaga's also in that conference, but they're basketball only, and we'll deal with that as basketball season gets a little bit closer on Tide 100.9. But we'll go ahead and get this thing started here. 10 SEC quarterbacks. You're keeping 5 and cutting 5, and we start heading down to Baton Rouge with Sam Leavitt of the LSU Tigers. You keeping Sam Leavitt or you cutting Sam Leavitt?
We're going to cut Sam Leavitt.
Immediately, off the bat, where Sam Leavitt's getting cut.
There are going to be some good names left, and I would make the argument that we're going to have more quarterbacks that do what he does well come up later, and that probably do it at a higher clip than he does. You factor in the foot injury, you factor in he's not Lamar Jackson or Byron Brown when it comes to running the football. I just think there are guys in the SEC that do what Sam Leavitt does, but at a higher clip, at a better, at a higher level that we could just go without. Not to mention he's got a lot of question marks coming in with that foot.
So I went back and I watched. So all these quarterbacks, I went back and I've watched their career highlights as I was making this list. So I wanted to include some guys that, there'd be some conversation about. Sam Leavitt's career highlights actually are not bad. They're actually really, really freaking good. But like you mentioned with the question with the foot injury, how healthy is he be going into his final or his season in Baton Rouge?
Yeah, no, I believe that. I mean, just based off what I remember from that, what was it, the Fiesta Bowl that he played in against Texas? Was it the Fiesta Bowl?
The Peach Bowl.
Peach Bowl. He looked pretty darn good in that game. Now, my questions are similarly aligned with his, but I also would put in, how is he going to do gelling with, those new offensive players he's surrounded with? How does that offensive line shake out for him? Also, learning a new system under Lane Kiffin. Obviously, Kiffin's a quarterback whisperer at this point, so I do believe they're just those reasons. And on top of Whitman's, that's why we would cut him.
Sam Leavitt's getting cut off the bat. First guy's cut. I got a feeling I know what the answer is here for number 2 here. We'll head to Athens, Georgia with Gunnar Stockton. We keeping or cutting Gunnar?
We're going to keep him. That's a winner. That kid, if he played football in a glass...
He's just so happy to play at the University of Georgia.
If he played football in a shattered glass-covered parking lot with 2 fourth graders for offensive linemen and a couple of grandmas out of the nursing home lining up out wide to catch passes from him, he may lose, but it's going to be in a one-score game. I don't know how, but he's going to find a way to keep it close. He's going to make a big throw in that fourth quarter. Grandma might fall out of the wheelchair, but he's going to make sure she's back in that thing for second down.
And he'll dive on that broken glass to get a touchdown score.
He will.
He would. He absolutely would. I mean, we've seen Gunnar come so far from his first couple of game appearances, right? I mean, I go back to that second half against Texas in the SEC championship, and even that playoff game against Notre Dame about a half a month later, he has grown so much, and he has become such a better quarterback than that whatever game and a half that he ended up playing.
And he's still being slept on.
I would argue he is.
Like, nobody nationally is giving him the credit that after finishing top 8, I think he finished 8th in the Heisman voting. Like,
I was looking at a list put up by The Athletic the other day, ranking like top quarterbacks in college football. Actually, they went through and ranked all Power 4 starting quarterbacks or projected starting quarterbacks for Power 4 teams, right? Because some of them have got quarterback competitions going on here. Tier 1 was like the best of the best. Trinidad Chambliss was in that tier. A couple of other guys were in that tier. Gunnar Stockton was not. Gunnar Stockton was not in the best of the best type of tier here when you look at quarterbacks. He was put in tier 2, which is really, really good. You're not gonna put the game on his back though to go and win it.
Even though he's done it multiple times. Tennessee game, first Ole Miss game.
He did it against Ole Miss.
Yeah. Even in the Sugar Bowl, he was making plays that I was like, if I was you, bro, I would have just thrown that ball away. But you're stepping in there, taking that hit, and making the completion. Come on now.
Yeah. Gunnar Stockton's done a lot of really impressive things there so far through his tenure at the University of Georgia. We'll go ahead and take our first time out here. We'll stay on track here. So far, we've cut Sam Leavitt. We've kept Gunnar Stockton here. I'm hoping we get some conversation around some of these other quarterbacks here because we blew through those first two. But go ahead and take our first time out here for the Deep South College Football Show, Tide 100.9 and 1230 AM WTBC, your home for Alabama Crimson Tide Sports.
9,000. That's 900,000 for a free consultation. No fees unless we win. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than that of other lawyers.
What does it mean to advertise and do your marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa? Melissa started her business in 2014. What would you say to someone considering Town Square Media Tuscaloosa?
My experience with Town Square Media has been awesome, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone. I think that this is the first time in my marketing experience that I've been able to see my return on investment. I would definitely say in the past that has not been the case. In this, I like knowing that that's 100%. A lot of the marketing we've done has been radio. You guys have so much more to offer than that, whether it's, websites from targeted marketing to radio. You are kind of a one-stop shop, and it makes doing marketing so much easier. So I would definitely recommend it.
For more info, that's 800-553-7217. What do you have to lose? Call 800-553-7217. Again, 800-553-7217.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
Here's your Tuscaloosa and West Alabama forecast. Heat advisory continues this afternoon. Cloudy, hot, 95. Heat index values around 107 with a light northwest breeze. Small chance of a passing shower or storm. Early storm chance this evening. Partly cloudy, muggy tonight, low 75. Sunny, hot weather continues Thursday and Friday. 95 tomorrow, 94 on Friday. Increasing rain chances over the weekend. Richard Wedding of the Weather Channel for Town Square Media Tuscaloosa.
It's 92 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Alabama Crimson Tide lives right here. Down to the pylon. Touchdown, Alabama. On Tide 100.9.
Welcome back into the Deep South College Football Show right here on Tide 100.9 and 1230 AM WTBC. your home for Alabama Crimson Tide sports. So we got Sam Levitt and Gunnar Stockton here that we've already talked about here. Let's go ahead and move to our next guy as we go to Norman, Oklahoma, and we talk about John Mateer. Are we cutting or keeping the Heisman frontrunner for about 4 weeks last year?
I don't know. We're going to get Marcel.
Probably.
We're going to get Arch.
Yes.
We're going to get Chambliss.
Yeah. So that's 4 out of 5.
I was going to say, if you're getting those guys, there's 4 of them right there, plus Gunner. So there's your 5.
Maybe we rush him away. Just there's not enough room. Got to save space for Keelan Russell too.
Yeah.
Sadly, I think we're going to have to cut John Mateer.
Cutting John Mateer.
Kid's a winner.
Wow.
Kid could win the Heisman. Could take Oklahoma as far as they want to go.
He very well could win the Heisman.
There's just not enough room.
You could also argue, like, yes, the thumb injury, but after that occurred, the first 3 games you were playing, okay, decent competition in Michigan and Auburn. But then you ran into the bulk of your schedule, which were much better teams and defenses. So was that the real Mateer, or were the first 3 games Mateer?
I don't know. This is y'all's list here. I'm just the facilitator.
We're going to cut John Mateer.
Cutting John Mateer.
Why are you making us feel guilty?
Because this guy was a Heisman contender. This guy was leading the Heisman Trophy race, and without that thumb, he beat Tennessee and Alabama on the road. Without a thumb, number 1, and number 2, his knee was so banged up the brother could barely run, and he was up on.
You could argue that
he was up on Alabama 17-0 in the college football playoff.
Self-inflicted wounds were game 1 for Alabama, or is what caused them to lose that game. The fumble by Ryan Williams, the incomplete passes, the just utter discombobulation of the offensive line. That Oklahoma defense is really what carried them.
The only thing that bothers me about this is I think John Mateer is probably like a rich man's Gunnar Stockton. If I could make a trade, I'd probably flip Gunnar for Mateer. But Gunner's just won too many football games.
Gunner's won a lot of football games.
That Tennessee throw alone is probably
what keeps him on the list.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I legit can't believe y'all just cut Gunnar Stockton like that. Or not Gunnar Stockton, John Mateer like that.
We're holding out for Aaron Philo.
Oh, is that holding Aaron Philo? All right. Next up here, Marcel Reed at Texas A&M.
Yeah, we'll keep him. We'll keep him.
So what goes into keeping Marcel and cutting Gunnar? Or not Gunnar. I keep saying Gunnar. What goes into keeping Marcel and cutting Mateer?
Marcel Reed brings something to the table.
This is current version, not ceiling, by the way. Current version of these players.
But you have to also assume he's progressed to this point, to where we are.
You also have to assume John Mateer has progressed at this point.
In my opinion, Marcel Reed brings something to the table that maybe one other guy in the SEC can bring, and that's Byron Brown. That's the ability with the legs. Like, Marcel Reed is the best running quarterback in the Southeastern Conference, not named Byron Brown, and I just can't say that because he hadn't done it yet, outside of a guy like Lenore Sellers. But Marcel Reed, as it stands right now, probably a little better than Lenore Sellers. Probably because he had a better offensive line to stand behind. Yes.
I was going to say, he had a much better offensive line to stand behind. That helps a lot.
Really going to have to, it's going to be a lot to stomach when I probably have to cut Lenore Sellers. It's going to suck. Like, it is really going to suck. But Marcel Reed engineered a 30-point comeback.
Marcel Reed also put his team in a 30-point hole.
But it didn't matter at the end of the day.
Hey.
I mean, look, Shane Deemer doesn't want to talk about that 30-point game.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't either if I were him.
I wouldn't either. Like, legit, I'd have, because apparently throwing the podium was the big theme of SEC Media Days. I'd have thrown the podium at whoever asked that question about, can we talk about that Texas A&M game?
I bet Mike Elko would want to talk about it.
Well, yeah, Mike Elko. Well, they didn't lose that game, so there was no reason to ask Mike Elko about that.
But yeah, I don't think you can get away with cutting a guy like Marcel Reed just because he brings something to the table that nobody else in the conference can do.
So we're keeping Gunner and Marcel Reed.
Yes.
We're cutting Sam Levin and John Mateer.
As it stands.
Because you're assuming that you're going to get Arch Trinidad.
Yes.
Wow. Some major assumptions y'all are making, by the way.
Keelan Russell's got to show up on this list at some point, right?
Does he? There's 16 teams in the SEC. Maybe I left out Trinidad and Keelan Russell, knowing that those were obvious choices.
Well, Gunner Stockton will take us to the promised land.
How about
he hadn't done it yet? He hadn't done it yet.
Well, we're not going to get a Tennessee quarterback.
Yeah, and neither has anybody that you've mentioned. So,
valid argument.
John Mateer hadn't taken anybody to the promised land.
John Mateer won the same number of playoff games last year as Gunner Stockton did.
Did he win the SEC?
He also put up Gunner Stockton's touchdown total against Texas minus his touchdown total against Texas. So, by the way, that number comes out to 0.
Okay, I was a little confused there.
You got to stick with me.
Yeah.
Gunner Stockton put up touchdowns against the Longhorns.
That he did. I don't know. Y'all are making a lot of assumptions right now about who's going to be on these lists, about who's going to pop up here.
Isn't that what we do in the media?
This is true. You know what they say about assuming, though?
Yeah, but I already am one, so.
You know, that's the first right thing you've said in months.
I mean, you don't pay me for nothing.
I don't pay you at all.
Exactly. You don't not pay me for nothing.
There you go. All right, so we're keeping Gunner Stockton and Marcel Reed. Sam Levin and John Mateer have been left on the cutting room floor here. You're assuming that you're going to be getting some more premier quarterbacks here in the SEC. At least one of those assumptions is right, as we're going to Austin, Texas now with Arch Manning.
Yeah.
Easy.
Keeping Arch Manning on that one.
That's the face of the program.
The face? Is he the face of college football at this point?
Yes. I mean, regardless of
he's not a cover athlete.
Regardless of what you think about who's better or who's worse, I mean, it's the biggest brand in college. It's the biggest name in college. It's the biggest last name in football. I mean, this is the first family of football, especially in the South.
True. This is true.
I'm just waiting for this season to be over, and when it's all said and done, Texas to yet again underperform, and Arch Manning is just another Sam Ehlinger.
Hey, man, then we get all the draft hype. Then we get to spend, 3 months of draft prep talking about, is Arch Manning worth the first overall pick? Is Arch Manning, or if he performs, we get 3 months of draft hype of, is Arch Manning worth the first overall pick? And if he underperforms, then is he worthy of being a first round player? Or should he have gone back to school? Because I think he's entering year 4, so he technically does have another year of eligibility. Even under the old rule where he was a quote unquote red shirt, he's got that 5th year that he can spend because he was a redshirt freshman, or he redshirted his freshman year in 2023 at Texas.
He'll be good.
What world does it take for Arch Manning to come back?
Like 7-5.
9-3.
9-3.
Out of the playoffs.
That's a possibility now.
Lose to Ohio State. Lose to LSU, lose to A&M.
They also got to play Ole Miss. You got to play Oklahoma and Red River. I mean, these are not guaranteed games for Texas. Now, granted, we do think Texas is going to win these games. We do think Texas is going to be really good this year, but we also thought Texas was going to be really good last year. And then they lose a defensive slugfest in week 1. They crap the bed against Florida, a team that they absolutely should have never lost to. And Georgia did what Georgia does and ran roughshod over that program.
Smacked that fanny.
Smacked them. just so Georgia could draw even in the all-time record with Texas.
We'll keep on.
I didn't realize. I would say I didn't realize that they had played a decent amount in the past prior to Texas joining the SEC. I say decent amount. They played like 5 times, but that's more than Georgia had played Oklahoma. It's more than Alabama's played Oregon, and those are 2 of the premier programs in the sport. They've never played. Alabama and Oregon have never played. So, all right, we're keeping Arch Manning here. The prodigal son of college football is on your keep list. So we got Gunnar Stockton, Marcel Reed, Arch Manning, keeping with Sam Levin and John Mateer left on the cutting room floor.
Note that we have not gone in the same category 2 times in a row.
You have not.
You
have not gone in.
Wait. No, that's not true. Reed and Arch were back-to-back. Never mind.
That's fair. Had we taken the break when we were supposed to, it wouldn't have been same category back-to-back. But Reed and Arch back-to-back, that's fine. That's fine. It's not the end of the world here. We'll go ahead and take our next time out here. Halftime break of the Deep South College Football Show. Second half coming up next right here on Tide 100.9 and 1230 AM WTBC.
Make sure that we give that to them each and every time they come and visit us.
The sense of pride that we have in the quality, the consistency of our food carries over to everything we do in the stores. That's Taco Casa.
What does it mean to advertise and do your marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa? Melissa started her business in 2014. What would you say to someone considering Town Square Media Tuscaloosa?
My experience with Town Square Media has been awesome, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone. I think that this is the first time in my marketing experience that I've been able to see my return on investment. I would definitely say in the past that has not been the case. In this, I like knowing that that's 100%. A lot of the marketing we've done has been radio. You guys have so much more to offer than that, whether it's, websites from targeted marketing to radio. You are kind of a one-stop shop, and it makes doing marketing so much easier. So I would definitely recommend it.
From Google US Mobile. Just search for US Mobile. Just go to US Mobile subreddit and make a decision for yourself. If you're ready, visit usmobile.com.
Consumer Reports does not endorse products or services.
Never miss a moment of the action. Download the free Tide 100.9 app today.
Welcome back into the Deep South College Football Show right here on Tide 100.9 and 1230 AM WTBC, your home for Alabama Crimson Tide sports. The next quarterback that we're talking about here is the last guy that I was supposed to put in this right here, and that would be one Mr. Jared Curtis of Vanderbilt here. This one's courtesy of On3.
I don't even think we have to say it.
Were you just in need of a cut spot? Were you struggling to find a 10th quarterback?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. Next.
All right, yeah. All right, that one's... Look, man, I was hurting for one more spot on that list, so...
I really hope
Jared
it was
Curtis.
the 10th name that you came up with.
If this was
Jared Curtis, gone.
Or even if Pavia had another year of eligibility.
I'd cut him again.
You'd cut Pavia?
Yes.
Coming off a Heisman, second place Heisman finalist?
Yes.
Is this just disdain for Diego Pavia? Because that's a complete and utter lack of ball knowledge.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Valid point. Valid argument. I'll give you that one.
Skip Bayless like once every couple of months on your show.
The unbiased media.
Unbiased right there. We'll head on over to Stark Vegas next. Kamario Taylor and Mississippi State. Again, purely, we're talking about the quarterback, not the team, not the weapons around him, purely the quarterback.
Got a better version of him. I'm good to cut it.
All right.
We're going to cut. We've already got a better Kamario Taylor in our keep section.
We got Kamario Taylor at home.
Yes. No,
by the way, you have one cut spot left.
Yes.
By the way,
Mario Taylor at McDonald's. That's Marcel.
Yes, we have Marcel Reed at home.
Okay. Marcel Reed at home is Kamario Taylor. You have one more cut spot, by the way.
We do. But
and 3 quarterbacks left on this list.
Only 2 keeps.
Only two keeps.
Right here.
I know.
Lenore Sellers out of South Carolina. Thank you, Jackson. Lenore Sellers, South Carolina. I've called him like Walmart Cam Newton, the second coming of Cam Newton here. Very, very talented ball player. The team has not been great around him, but my word, is this kid talented. I love that they're having this conversation off the air.
Spirited debate. I don't want to get caught up again.
I can tell. It's a very spirited debate. You got 2 keep spots, 1 cut spot left. And there's not a ton of SEC quarterbacks left.
Right. This is where we probably should have kept Mateer.
That's a good, that's a really good point. However, I'd make
we can't, and I'm not letting y'all walk any of these back, by the way.
I would be willing to bet that Lenora Sellers is within a couple of yards, if not equal to or better than what John Mateer would be if Sellers were at Oklahoma.
I would agree with that.
Like, you flip them right now. I think
flip who's on what score. All right, so John Mateer's now at South Carolina. Lenore Sellers is now at Oklahoma.
I think Lenore Sellers and Oklahoma have a chance to be better.
I agree.
Okay. So even though, again, like this guy John Mateer put up 4,000 yards when nobody watched him at Washington State, came to the SEC and was cooking with gas. And then suddenly a thumb injury and a knee injury just completely derailed everything that he wanted to do in the SEC.
I think we're going to keep Lenore's.
Keeping Lenore Sellers here.
And we both agreed that if it comes down to meaning that we have to cut our sweet baby Keelan Russell, then we'll just have to stomach that one and happily be proven wrong.
You're just gonna have to stomach Keelan Russell not being on your keep list.
I want you to let him know that I love him, though.
A guy that the commissioner of college football, Josh Pate, bet on to win the Heisman.
Hey.
And he got to see a couple of those spring scrimmages. We didn't because we don't. I guess we don't have as good a relationship with UA as Pate does, but it helps when it helps when your wife worked for the university. This is no shade, by the way. I listen to his show half the time anyway. So.
Right. And also, when those odds for him to win the Heisman right now are what they are.
Pull that mic closer. Pull that mic a little closer.
When the odds for him to win it right now are what they are, which I think they're like plus 12,000.
No, actually, I was listening to his last show in June, and he said that he got the odds at plus 8,000, and he's like plus 1,500 right now.
They've come down a lot. And like I said, those people
before he's even taken a snap, if you just cashed out that ticket, you'd have made money based on that odds movement.
Those odds makers are not stupid. They're not just slapping plus 1,500 on Keelan Russell just for the hell of it.
Yeah, no, they're definitely not. I also wonder too, because I've thought about this before. Last season, right when there was another open quarterback competition at Alabama between Ty Simpson, Keelan Russell, and Austin Mack. At the start of spring practice, the odds were the same for all 3 of them. And then as we started to move through spring ball, you saw Austin and Ty's odds get a little bit, I guess, would it be better or a little bit better to win the Heisman Trophy? And Keelan started to fade. And then once Ryan Grubb made those comments after A-Day, Ty's odds shot up. Ty's odds suddenly shot up. So I'm almost wondering, because again, Vegas knows all, I'm almost wondering if some people are using Heisman odds to justify their answers in quarterback battles. Because if you go look right now, Keelan Russell's got better odds to win the Heisman than Austin Mack does, even though this is a quarterback competition at Alabama. Like, Keelan's got better odds, and he may not even be the starter.
Well, I think they factor in the ceiling with that as well. I don't think Austin Mack has Heisman potential. He's got first-round potential, I think, if everything breaks in his direction. He's got an NFL frame, NFL arm. According to everybody that you and I talked to last week at Media Days, he's got an NFL mind.
Yeah.
But, like, Keelan Russell's always just going to be that but when it comes to talking about quarterbacks. Like, but have you seen the ball leave this kid's hands?
Yeah.
Have you
It's like, but have you seen him spin it? Have you seen him get out of the pocket and make a play?
If you haven't, I'm sorry. If you haven't, you know exactly what I mean when I say but.
Yeah. It's okay, yes, but this kid can do these things. Keelan Russell can do X, Y, Z. Austin Mack might be really, really good, but there's that extra switch, extra gear for Keelan Russell.
We're keeping Sellers.
So keeping Lenore Sellers. So you've got
Sweet Baby and Byron Brown, and let us choose.
All right.
So who do you think's left on this list?
Byron Brown and Keelan Russell. That's who I think. I think he purposely left off a superstar
to keep us holding out for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the
all right.
That's the of somebody who just got caught.
Are you sure about that?
No.
Trinidad, watch.
Who's next?
See, the problem is we got 4 minutes till this break, and I wanted to save these last two for the final segment.
Okay, what do you think we got wrong?
So, all right. In my personal list, because I tried to go through and kind of put this together here as well, I probably would have kept John Mateer.
Shocking.
Although Jared, look, yeah, I know. I'm a John Mateer truther.
Same guy that sleeps on a John Mateer pillowcase.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Although Jared in Houston there said y'all did a good job cutting John Mateer, called him a fraud. Called him an outright fraud.
So a guy from Houston, Texas.
He's an Alabama fan.
Labeled.
He's an Alabama fan. Jared's an Alabama fan, but he called John Mateer a fraud and said y'all did a good job cutting him.
Well, thank you, Jared.
I am interested though, Jared, if you are still listening, shoot us another app message here. Would you keep John Mateer over any of the four that they've kept? Stockton, Reed, Manning, or Sellers? Because Mateer was the third quarterback that we had talked about. So we didn't know Marcel Reed, Arch Manning, Lenore Sellers, Kamario Taylor, or Jared Curtis were on this list yet.
The only one I would move would be Sellers.
Yeah. And even then, I don't...
Like, the ceiling for Sellers, I feel like, is much higher, but we're not going off the ceiling.
The ceiling for Lenore Sellers is literally like a shade below 2010 Cam Newton.
Like, if he could put up a similar type season to that.
That's number one overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
you're not wrong.
Like, the picture of him on the screen right now is imposing.
That's just a dude right there.
There's not many people that can be in a photo without others around them to show how big they are, and you still look at it and you're like, damn, that kid's big.
That's just a ball player right there.
There's nothing but blur behind Lenore Sellers, and I already don't want to tackle him.
Yeah, no. I've said it, like you said, it's damn near just a shade under 2010 Cam Newton. And by the way, Lenore Sellers is going to have a defensive player. To be fair, Nick Fairley was also on that Auburn team. But outside of Cam Newton, Nick Fairley, and Philip Lutzenkirchen, for the unfortunate tragedy that he had, can you name me another Auburn player on that 2010 team?
No, but I think that's the point.
Who was the
That's what I'm saying.
Who was the running back?
I know Lutzenkirchen was the fullback.
Yeah, I feel like they had a running back that was a pretty notable name.
Let me look at this.
But Nick Fairley was a criminal. Just want to throw that out there.
But he played in the NFL, so you really can't.
Dirty.
Michael Dyer, Ontario McCaleb, Mario Fannin, Anthony Gilly Morgan. I don't know these names. Granted, I was 9 years old when that season was being played and was just kind of getting into the world of football here. But Jared, by the way, just sent us another app message. Thank you, Jared. No, Mateer would not be in his top 10 list. Is that in college football or the SEC? Because in college football, all right, I get it. Fine, whatever. Dante Moore, Julian Sayin,
He's top 10 in the conference.
Mensa.
I would say Dante Moore, Julian Sayin, the three guys out of the SEC, Arch, Gunner,
Mensa.
Trinidad, Jaden Maiava,
Darian Mensa.
Darian Mensa.
Washington quarterback.
Damon Williams at Washington. I mean, I think we've just rattled off 10, and Mateer was not in that list. But if this is in the SEC now, okay, that's a bit of a hot take. I would argue John Mateer is, granted, I'm biased, but I would argue John Mateer is probably top 5 in the SEC.
I feel like Mateer, though, could be this year's SEC's version of Drew Aller.
Ooh, okay. See, I don't entirely disagree with that. His ceiling is like Johnny Manziel. The floor is Drew Aller. Now, that is a wide range. That is a very wide range. But I don't know. Just that backyard style of ball is so difficult to play against, is so difficult to handle. And he did a really good job of it. Again, beat Tennessee on the road in a night game in Neyland Stadium. Beat Alabama on the road in a mid-afternoon game in Tuscaloosa. Was up 17-0 on Alabama. And if Xavier Robinson didn't have bricks for hands on a wide open play, is Oklahoma the one getting their teeth kicked in by Indiana, not Alabama? Because let's face it, either team was getting their teeth kicked in by Indiana.
We don't know.
I think Oklahoma's defensive line would have, and linebackers would have given them a little more trouble.
That's fair. We'll take our last time out here for our radio listeners, and we'll come back with our final 2 quarterbacks here on the Deep South College Football Show, Tide 100.9 and 1230 AM WTBC.
The greatest play of the generation is coming to San Francisco.
Hello?
It's one of the best comedies in years.
I need to get through the curtain, please.
And a multi-Tony award-winning show.
Please, the audience needs me.
There's funny. There's very funny. And then there's Oh, Mary. Cola Scola's Oh, Mary. At the Curran Theater.
Where are we?
From October 13th through November 1st. Get tickets at us.atgtickets.com.
Roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolade spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Coming up on The Game with Ryan Fowler.
Hey, coming up on the Wednesday edition of The Game, we're going to be talking more Alabama Crimson Tide football. We'll do that with Bruce Marshall. We'll do that with Aaron Torres. And Coach Tony Franklin stops by as we get you ready for Alabama football practice at this point 1 week away. We'll talk about it starting at 2 p.m. on The Game with Ryan Fowler on Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, your home of Alabama Crimson Tide sports.
Longest running sports talk show in Tuscaloosa. The Game with Ryan Fowler. Weekdays from 2 to 6.
Save on summer favorites at Rayleigh's Bel Air and Nob Hill. You'll always find weekly sales on the fresh peak season fruits and veggies in our produce department. Discover a wide variety of fantastic flavors to go from our deli. Indulge with your favorite sweet treats from our bakery. And slice into savings on exceptional meats and seafood in our meat department. Are you a Something Extra member? Sign up to save more with member prices, free delivery, personalized offers, and more. Savings made simple. Only at Rayleigh's Bel Air and Nob Hill.
7. That's 800-553-7217. What do you have to lose? Call 800-553-7217. Again, 800-553-7217.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
Here's your Tuscaloosa and West Alabama forecast. Heat advisory continues this afternoon. Cloudy, hot, 95. Heat index values around 107 with a light northwest breeze. Small chance of a passing shower or storm. Early storm chance this evening. Partly cloudy, muggy tonight, low 75. Sunny, hot weather continues Thursday and Friday. 95 tomorrow, 94 on Friday. Increasing rain chances over the weekend. Richard Weathing of the Weather Channel for Town Square Media, Tuscaloosa.
It's 92 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Stay up to date with the Crimson Tide.
Local high school sports and Bama in the pros right here on Tide 100.9.
Two quarterbacks left, one spot on each list for Jackson and Whitman here, keeping or cutting SEC quarterbacks, and we'll head to Tuscaloosa with Keelan Russell out of the University of Alabama. We keeping or cutting the guy that's played in 2 career games in college?
Wyatt? So help me God. If Trinidad Chambliss is the last quarterback on this list, I'm going to leave something in your mailbox.
You don't know where I live. I know where you live. You don't know where I live.
The internet's a hell of a tool.
That it is.
Do not let Trinidad Chambliss be last on this list.
Okay.
Because that means I either have to cut my sweet baby Keelan Russell, or that means we will have cut Trinidad Chambliss. Word on paper.
Word on paper. So are you keeping or cutting Keelan Russell? Because you actually have to make a decision. The two of y'all have got to make a decision here.
After that, yeah.
I love him. I think
he gives us Byron Brown. It's either Byron Brown or Chambliss.
If I see Byron Brown pop up on the screen, I am swan diving out of this window and making all 9 of our watchers see it. But I guess we're probably going to have to cut Keelan Russell.
You're cutting Keelan Russell.
Don't say it like that, man.
You're cutting Keelan Russell off this list.
Can we use a different word?
You can take it back. You can take it back if you want.
No, it's already on paper in pen.
No. You can debate and then you can take it back. But once we go to the next guy, it's locked in.
I think that Jackson is probably right that you have connived Trinidad Chambliss into that last spot on the show, and I'm okay with that.
So you're cutting Keelan Russell, the guy that Drew DeArmond yesterday said was the second coming of Tua Tagovailoa and Bryce Young.
The 6'3" Bryce Young is getting cut. And I realize how that sounds as somebody that's seen a quarter of football in my life. But I really, really hope the next guy is not Byron Brown.
We go to Auburn, Alabama.
I knew it.
All right, so you're keeping Byron Brown out of Auburn. That's the last guy you asked. That was the last quarterback. That was the final quarterback. For the radio listeners, Whitman just said one of the 7 words that we're not allowed to say. All right, so your cut list is Sam Levitt, John Mateer, Jared Curtis, Kamario Taylor, and Keelan Russell. Your keep list is Gunnar Stockton, Marcel Reed, Arch Manning, Lenore Sellers,
Let's stop
and
right
Byron
there.
Brown. And Byron Brown.
No, we're not. No, see, 5 names on the cut list. We're only keeping 4.
You're only keeping 4?
We're only keeping 4.
That's not how this exercise works.
Again, I will not hate on Byron Brown outside of him in a football helmet, because listening to him talk at SEC Media Days, that is a stand-up dude. I would leave him alone with my wallet if I had to. He seems like such a nice kid.
Well, you can't say that about Cam Newton.
They put a Scam Newton jersey on Bear Bryant's statue.
Oh, dear God.
I could not let that slide, Paul.
Oh, dear God.
Fine. Whatever.
You're keeping Byron Brown.
He's got upside, as the kids call it these days.
You are keeping Byron Brown over Keelan Russell.
Why? Again,
I tried to talk you out of it.
I thought common sense would prevail. Bold of me to assume.
Yeah. What do they say about assuming, Whitman?
I knew he left one of the superstars off.
No Trinidad Chambliss.
So the exercise is now over. You're keeping Gunnar Stockton, Marcel Reed, Arch Manning, Lenore Sellers, and Byron Brown.
Trinidad.
You were cutting Sam Levitt, John Mateer, Jared Curtis, and Kamario Taylor, and Keelan Russell. Can I be 100% transparent with y'all? I had 11 quarterbacks on the side of the bar here, and whatever you made on that last pick, it was going to be one of these. It was going to be one of them.
He gamed the system.
I should have known. You're no better than the. Yep. Mm-hmm. There we go. Yep.
They both were sitting there. They both were sitting there. And so whatever decision you made on Keelan Russell, I intentionally left Keelan next to last. And whatever you chose If you had kept Keelan, Trinidad was going to pop up. If you had cut Keelan, Byron Brown was coming.
That decision is not scum. That decision is what scum compares itself to when they've done something bad. It's like Jackson.
Makes for good radio.
If Jackson robs somebody, Jackson, you are scum. When we pick, or when scum talks about Wyatt, man, you are Wyatt Fulton right now.
So wholeheartedly, Jared Curtis was like a last-second decision. Because about midway through the show, I was like, oh, wait a minute. They've pegged this 100%.
Jared Curtis.
So that's where Jared Curtis came from.
Wow. Little did we know that Jared Curtis was the setup of the year.
It was. And Kirby Smart didn't see it coming either.
Wow. Okay, well, me and Kirby have something in common.
It's about the only thing you and Kirby got in common.
No, we were both in Tampa.
Oh, that's true. You were both in Tuscaloosa 2 years ago.
We both looked pretty good in a jacket.
I wouldn't know. You don't wear one.
You haven't taken me anywhere nice enough to need one.
I thought Bama Day at SEC Media Days was pretty nice.
Yeah, I missed the memo on the dress code.
Yeah, you did. That'll do it for us today on the Deep South College Football Show. Coming up next for our radio listeners.
Save on summer favorites at Rayleigh's Bel Air and Nob Hill. Enjoy weekly sales on fresh peak season produce and exceptional meats and seafood. And discover a wide variety of fantastic flavors to go from our deli and bakery. Savings made simple. Only at Rayleigh's Bel Air and Nob Hill.